Hi folks, TJ here. I wanted to play a video game this morning, and I went to Itch and I typed in ZXSpectrum, and I saw all these cool games pop up, and as I scrolled through them, they all kind of looked the same, like a brother from another mother, a sister from another, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that, but they all looked the same. And then it started making me think, you look at all these video games out there, and most video games have a general similar idea, whether it's you got to collect something or get to a certain thing to get to the next thing. You got to, in adventure games, you need to collect all these things along the way. There's only so many things in our minds on what a video game can be. Now, I know on the ZXSpectrum there were some, and a lot of other platforms. And by the way, I'm not wearing my glasses right now because I've got allergies and it affects my eyes with brightness. And when I put glasses on, it makes that light from there beam over and make me want to tear up and cry. So I took my glasses off. So I may look a little bit different. I'm crying because I love you so much. Anyway, I was going, okay, all these games look the same. Have I played it before? I'm pretty sure I've seen that character, or I'm pretty sure I've seen, this level where you got to jump up and you got to jump up and you got to jump up. And it made me think, what's something new and different that can make a video game unique? I think like our faces. Most faces, I'll say, human faces have a nose and a mouth and ears. Yet, the positioning of that face can make it look, this is TJ. He's a unique character. He's got fur on his face. He's got these little attributes. And somebody that's my same age, my same girth, but his face can look different because of minor differences, the cheekbones, all these little things. So you can make little tweaks in games to make them feel different. But like I said, I was on HIO and I'm perusing through and I wanted to play a game. And I go, okay, well, that looks familiar, but no, I don't want to play that kind of platform where you jump, you jump, you jump. I want to do something different. I want something new, something fresh. Have we run out of those ideas and options this late in the game? We've been making video games forever. People like you, like me, making video games, other people making games. What's something different? And I know new modern video games are very lifelike, and you're actually using a character, third person, first person, whatever you call it, shooting stuff. There's all that stuff, and that's been played out forever. What's something different? Are we past that point now? Will we ever see something different again? Or are we only going to see the little minor differences of that cheekbone being a little higher or lower, facial hair, something that makes it look a little different so it feels fresh? I don't know. But I wanted to try something fresh this morning, and I didn't find it because all the games looked the same. Not that that's bad. Not that they're bad video games. There's a lot of time put into these games on the graphics and the characters and how they interplay with each other. All those things make or break a game and can make it fun. Let's just pick out a game, for example, Dig Dug. I would have to say my favorite video game of all time is Dig Dug. What's unique about it is that one little difference. It's got a character. You've got to collect things, per se. You're collecting the dirt as you're digging down. But instead of shooting a rocket, a bullet, a gun, he's got a little, I don't know what the official name is for it, but he's got a little thing that blows you up. He blows up Puka and Figar. He's got a little hose that comes swirling out and boom, 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 and you blow him up. That one little creative difference makes that game. It makes it feel different, which blew me away back in the day, and it still blows me away today. It's so different, but not. Just that little difference. So what are some other things we can do in video games that are little minute things that make it feel different? Because are we played out now? Let's just pick some basic video games. You start out, and you've got to jump up on layers, and you've got nasties chasing after you. By the way, I never called the meanies nasties in the United States before I became a Spectrum lover. I love that word, the nasties. I think I called them the meanies. I don't know, the assholes, the son of a bitches. Anyway, you've got these you jump up in layers and you're dodging, and sometimes you've got a gun and you can shoot them. But ultimately, you're collecting widgets along the way, and when you've collected all the widgets on that screen, you can then maybe open a portal door to the next thing, and you go there and you continue that cycle. That's a pretty common video game. Others are 2D. I'm going to call it 2D, but you feel like you're flying through something, and it's not really quite 3D, but you're flying through something, and you're collecting, and you're bobbing, and you're weaving, and you're shooting, and you got to get from point A to point B. Moon Patrol, like any other video game, but there's a little bit of a difference. The difference in just lettering A, B, C, D. When you're driving your Moon Patrol car, buggy, whatever it is, and you're hopping over the holes, and you're hopping over holes that the aliens created, and you're shooting them at the same time, and you see that you've got a very simple idea. A, okay, I'm in A. Oh, the letter B, okay, I've made it to the next round. And you go through these, but that little change, that little difference, instead of it being no letter, and you just blindly running around until you click something and a magic puka, something shows up a door and you go through the door. That's that little difference in Moon Patrol makes it special. Another video game, Sinistar. And you've got some voice added to it, run, you son of a bitch, that freaks the shit out of you. And I forget the exact words for it. I should have Googled it beforehand. What was he say? Run, you fools. No, that's Gandalf. Run, you fools. And his little fluffy mustache fluffs up. Anyway, Sinistar. There's a voice in it, and it comes on at an opportune time that sends shrills through your body. So the little addition of a voice back in the day would do something. But at the same time, in Sinistar, you're flying this ship around, kind of like an asteroids thing, but you're going up and you're drilling. You're drilling into these things, and when you're drilling, these little white bloblets come out, and then you got to go collect them. And that little dynamic made the game different. It wasn't a point A to point B. It wasn't you have to collect these things. A little bit of a change made a world of a difference. So what I'm trying to get at is, what else can we do? I don't know. Maybe not being able to walk a straight line. I can't do this in my house. I've got 4 pets, and the cats cut in front of you right as you're walking down the stairs because their aim is to kill you. I don't know why, because you're the one that feeds them. You would think they would want you alive, but no, they cut right in front of you. So I have not walked a straight line for the last 4 decades. I walk through the house and I've got to bob and weave. So I was thinking, okay, and then maybe somebody's already done this, but a game that you cannot go in a straight line, period. Even if on your joystick you push straight, you're going to go left, right, left, righty. But you got to collect things. So it makes your mind have to all of a sudden change. If I want to go here, I've got to do this. It makes the controls wacky and bizarre, like you're in a fun house, which is my house, to tell you the truth, and not walk a straight line. Or you're inebriated and you've been drinking too much, so every movement you do is not what you think it is. That you push this direction, but you're going backwards instead because you've drank a little too much. I'm just thinking out of the box here, and I didn't think about these things before, but what is it that we can add to video games to make them different? Because every game that I've saw on Itch this morning seemed the same. Now, I didn't go through them all, but they all seemed very similar. I've seen it before. Even text adventures. You type in these things, you got text adventures, and you've got arcade type of games. Arcade type of games, I think, are the ones that you can change up a little bit more than your run-of-the-mill hop up, collect, find a door, go to the next level. With an arcade game, you've got the craziness of the creator to do different things, change things up, not make it the same on every level. So on one level is Asteroids, where you're shooting a blob in the middle, but it becomes a Sinistar one, and you got to shoot it until enough little things come out of it that you collect them. And then after you've collected them all, you go to the next level, which is normal. But that next level becomes you're no longer in a spaceship. You're walking in a cavern, and that cavern is just a straight long cavern like what's the game? You're running over crocodiles and stuff. I forgot. But it's a pitfall. That's it. And you walk through layers and layers, but those pitfalls have the letters A, B, C, kind of like the Moon Patrol. Something that gives you a significance of you've met that next level, and you're going, and you walk through them all, and you get the letter X. Okay, you did it. Great, wonderful. All of a sudden, you go to the next level, and now the game turns into a text adventure, and you've got to now type for the next 15 minutes of trying to get out of this room, out of this thing in a text format. You see, I've got 3 video, 4 video, 5 video games all in one that's changed the dynamic. It's not the same. It's not something that you play once and you remember that sequence and you can get through it again if your dexterity and timing is on par, because nothing changed. It's the same thing every time. But in a arcade game, you can change all those things. You can throw everything and the kitchen sink in there, and it's different. I don't know if there's games out there like that. Maybe there have been, but just this morning I wanted to play a game. I wanted to have it different. I didn't want it to be the same old. I know you enjoy me swearing, and I play a video game and I swear a lot, but even that has to change once in a while. I didn't want to swear today. I just wanted to have a peaceful day. I wanted to gnip, and this is fun. This is different. It feels good. It feels different. I just wanted a different feels today, and I couldn't find it. I'm sure it's out there, but I didn't want to spend 5 hours trying to find it. Anyway, are all video games really kinda the same these days? Whether it's Atari and television, ZXSpectrum, you name your platform. Every new game is fun. It's cool that people are creating things. But are we in a state of doldrums where everything is kind of the same? Even if you make a game that's 5,000 room level, that's pretty dynamic. That's pretty crazy coding work there. But does it make you feel different? There are some people that love those long adventure games. I used to enjoy those, but I no longer have the time for such thing. I've got 10, 15 minutes. I need to get in there, play, have fun, and move out. I don't have a weekend with the wife gone that I can play on a computer and get through and get, there's 18 levels. No, that's smaller. 100 levels, and I only get through 10 of them or something. I don't have that time to go on those long adventures, but I wanted to have something different. So what can be different? Post down below. Do you have game ideas that you've thought about, you've never done, or you've seen other people do? I don't know. It's not that the games are boring. I have fun playing pretty much every game. I'm very easy. I wouldn't be a good reviewer because the odds are I'm going to say, yeah, this was fun. It collected my time for 10, 15 minutes. It did the thing. Now, I'm not afraid to say when I don't like a game. In fact, a recent game I played, I just kind of, you said, I don't like this game very much, or it's not for me, whatever. I'm not a mean person, mean-spirited. But yeah, I just needed something different, and I couldn't find it today, and it made me think there's some little minor changes we can make to games to make them fun, or to see what the true classics are. Dig Dug, different. Moon Patrol, different. Tempest. All those type of games of old were so fresh and so different. Nowadays, a lot of it seems played out. We're not coming up with new ideas. Sure, we're coming up with new characters. Sure, we're coming up with more rooms. Sure, we're coming up with some interesting ideas, but maybe we don't need to shoot a gun. Maybe we need to fart a gun. Maybe it's a fart game. I'm sure there's been probably games that you bend over and you fart and you blow the character away. He doesn't die, but he goes... And if you do a super banaka blast, my dad, he passed away last year, but he used the word banaka blast when he used the word fart. I'm going to banaka blast, and all the kids would blast out of the room. And so in a video game, you have different levels of farts. You can do a little fart to push the guy away 1 inch. If you do a double fart, it's 2 inches. But then the banaka blast actually blows them up. Those are little differences that can make a game feel different. Maybe we need to expand our horizons beyond shooting, dying, hitting. There could be some other things that you don't necessarily have to kill a character, but you could do something. There's been stuns before, and the character comes alive, but the fart, I think, is novel. If I was a good programmer, I would do it, but if I started today, it would be done in about 10 years from now. But yeah, a farting game where you have different levels of farts, and you could blow the character back different amount of feet depending on what level of farts you gained, and when you collect things along the way, makes your farts even stronger. And if we had smell-o-vision, we could add the smell to the games. We don't, I don't think, I'm sure there's a porno game that's got smell-o-vision in it, but I'm not going there. But yeah, just differences. So maybe it's time for us to think outside of the box a little bit. It doesn't have to be as drab or as the same as everybody else's. Do something completely different and give it a try and see what people think. They may like it, they may not, but think different. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. That was on my mind today. Now I'm going to put on my glasses and I'm going to start crying because that light is really bright. Yeah, make video games different.